Alright, day 21, we got there. So, how do you avoid risk when you're investing? Now, the thing that we've got to remember is investing involves risk. You can't pretend like there is no risk, but you also have to be pragmatic. The reason we're investing is because we want to create financial freedom, we want to build up our capital, we want to have income in retirement or when we stop working, like we just want to have more money. We want more abundance from our life. So you have to accept that there is risk, but risk is rewarded if you've done the work and you pick the right investments. So financial freedom comes from income, and income comes from good, smart investments over a long period of time. Now, if you do nothing, this is the big temptation, waiting for the market to crash. I started making calls to people in 2015, spoken to thousands of people about property and about mortgages. And the common thread is, I'll wait for the market to crash. Well, I can tell you, people have been waiting since I started in 2015 and they're still waiting. So even if the market does crash, do you think those people that have been waiting that long are going to take action? They're going to say, oh, the market just crashed, I can't do anything. So you got to actually figure out what is going to trigger you to make the investment decision and buy an investment property or buy your first property, because there's nothing really like houses. Investments, stocks, bonds, businesses, there's like a variety, crypto, there's a bunch of different things, but nothing is quite like house investments. Nothing is as tangible or as reliable or as long term as property investment. Happy to be challenged on that, but I haven't found out anything that when you adjust for risk reward, property is the best investment option out there. And we've covered it before because of leverage and because it's very hard for property to go to zero. With any stock investments or any allocations into commodities or crypto, like things can go to zero. You can lose your capital. But with property, you can buy $1 million property and like the next day it might drop by 20%. But you can be pretty sure in 5 years' time that gain will have been recovered. Whereas with crypto or stocks or bonds or whatever, like you can't make that assurance to anyone that something might lose 20% and recover it. So property, based on hundreds of years across all the countries, most of the countries anyway, is that properties do recover. So you have to find a way that you're comfortable with risk to make that decision. So avoiding risk is what you're trying to do, is you're trying to mitigate for risk. Because the risk of investments is you're going to bite off more than you can chew. So it's over leveraging, then interest rates change and you can't keep up with them and you've got to sell things at a bad time. If you're investing based on your gut or with emotion and you're not relying on numbers or a strong point of reference for understanding things, that can be quite risky. If you're trying to DIY everything yourself without actually having the skills or knowledge to do it, that can be quite risky. And if you don't have the actual knowledge of property, just full stop, then that is a risk. So what are we wanting to do? We want to make sure we don't over leverage. We want to make sure we're using the numbers. We want to make sure that for things that require a bit of extra work, that we're getting help from people that know how to do it, and that we're always doing our homework to stay current on the market, stay current on good investing practices so that we don't get caught out. This is not just something that you can go buy a property and forget about it. You've got to understand the law, you've got to understand the numbers, and if you don't, then you have to work with people that make it easy. Now, that's probably the best entree into the Property Formula Workshop. If you've enjoyed any of these videos over the 21 days, the Property Formula Workshop, you've got to apply for it. I think it's about $3,000 at the moment. It's extremely comprehensive. I think it's 93 videos that go into depth about how to buy property intelligently, and some of our clients have done this Property Formula Workshop and they've gone and made $100,000 profit on deals within a matter of weeks. So check out the Property Formula Workshop. There is guarantees, so if it doesn't work out for you, get your money back if you're not going to use it. But you're going to get access to the Facebook community that has over 100 people in it, and they'll help you find properties. They'll help you understand things so you don't have to do it all yourself. And it's a community of property investors. So a lot of people, they have ambition to be to build a property portfolio that provides $100,000 of passive income in their retirement or more, but they don't have a bunch of friends or family that have got that same goal, so it's quite hard to develop that goal and to discuss it with people. What you need is community of people that are really motivated, and you're going to find it in our Facebook community for this property formula workshop. The only people that are in there are the people that are paid for the course, and they're keen for joint ventures, they're keen to talk about properties, they do weekly case studies. So have a look at the application page and see if it makes sense for you. Otherwise, just focus on avoiding this risk side of things. So give us a like and subscribe, and check out the other videos.